This video is about being a people pleaser and how that might make things more difficult for you if you're also a parent. Are you somebody who people describe as nice? Do you enjoy helping others and have a deep sense of empathy? Do you have trouble setting boundaries? And do you find it incredibly difficult to say no? In other words, are you a people pleaser? I am one as well. It's something that I became conscious of very early on when I first started figuring out who I was. I realized that that was one of my main traits. I am very loving, I'm very giving, I'm very empathetic. In fact, I'm a highly sensitive person, an HSP, if you've ever heard of this term. And this is my natural way of being in the world. And that is a wonderful thing until it becomes too much. When does it become too much? Well, there's a difference between using and abusing a strength. And what do I mean by that? At the very core of every single people pleaser on this planet are the qualities of all the strengths of love and kindness. And nobody would argue that we need as much love and kindness as we can get in this world. But just like any strength, these two can be abused, because when we are constantly helping, pleasing, rescuing others, and at the same time losing sight of our own needs, because other people's needs are always more important than ours, then a sense of resentment slowly builds up and we are very stressed. We feel like we're being pulled in all sorts of different directions all the time, and a deep sense of unfairness creeps in. Why does nobody see that I'm not okay? Why is nobody helping me? Why do I have to do it all? These are very common among people pleasers, but nobody knows that they're feeling like that because they don't say it out loud. They just feel like that deep inside, and that is a very difficult place to be in. Now, why do people become pleasers? There are many reasons, which I'm not going to get into in this video, but at the very heart of it is a fear that we all share. We are afraid that others won't like us, and being nice is how we seek validation from others. We get a sense of worth from being nice and from other people, and from pleasing other people. We fear rejection, and we feel like we must have everyone's approval. Everybody has to like us, and we really hate conflict, and we would prefer to live life in perfect harmony. No tensions whatsoever. And on top of that, sometimes we're afraid of facing our own needs, and so being very busy with other people's needs is a nice distraction or a nice excuse for us not to deal with our own needs or address issues. And if you're a highly sensitive person like me, you might also be highly empathetic, so you feel almost compelled to help others and to make them happy, even if it's at your own expense. I definitely know what that is like. Now, what is the link between people pleasing, parenthood, and stress? Being a people pleaser can be more challenging for parents because parenting is inherently self-sacrificing. And to be clear, I'm not saying that you should put your needs on top of a newborn's needs. Newborns absolutely need 150% of you to be there, but you have to put their needs first for them to stay alive. But when your needs are the last ones on the list for years, and they never actually get addressed because there's only 24 hours in a day, and so the days go by and your needs are never addressed, then you become at best resentful, and at worst you're going to burn out. In fact, I believe that people pleasing is one of the most common reasons why parents experience debilitating amounts of stress. We might feel guilty asserting our own needs because we feel obliged to put our kids' needs first. And let's not forget that we're also conditioned to act this way. Culturally, moms in particular are socialized to prioritize other people's needs. And it can be very difficult to break free from the model that you witness growing up. This model that the mom should sacrifice her needs. Mom doesn't count, right? She's just there for the family. The question is, can a people pleaser ever change? The short answer is yes. The long answer is, of course, more nuanced. The truth is, you will never stop having a tendency towards people pleasing, because you're just born with it. You're also very loving and kind, and so you will continue to be like that. And nobody's saying that you should stop being loving and kind. What we want is for you to be able to realize when it becomes too much, when you've crossed the line of you no longer being just loving and kind, but being a people pleaser. That's what we don't want to get into. And as a recovering people pleaser, I can tell you that it is possible, that you can absolutely learn to harness the strengths of love and kindness while letting go of the tendency to abuse them. You can learn to set boundaries. You can learn to communicate openly without being afraid of conflict, and you can learn to be more compassionate towards yourself on top of being compassionate towards others. And you can break free of this model that you might have seen growing up. It's not easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. I can help you get there. Send me a message if what I'm saying resonates with you. Thank you for watching.